My name is George Njuguna.
I am Mama Yaila.
Ndugu, umesahau mtindo wa kazi.
I'm in a foreign language.
You're in a foreign language. Anyway, Amani is sharing his story, and he had talked about him being a hairdresser. He knew many arts, but then he fell in love with being a hairdresser, and that is what he was doing. So he was at Crown. Was it Crown Plaza? Canon Plaza.
Canon Town.
That is in Mombasa. How did you end up in Mombasa?
First, let me say I was born in Mombasa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I've also been to Kericho, mm-hmm. I've been to Kakamega. Mm-hmm. In Kakamega, I was there for like 4 years. Mm-hmm. That was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But of course, that is where home is. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, I've been in Mombasa. Mm-hmm. And that is how I've been in Mombasa, mm-hmm. if I may say so.
Yeah.
And this time being in Salon, should I go back there?
Yes, you can.
There's this presenter,
mm-hmm.
a very renowned presenter,
yeah.
Called Maureen Masawe Japan.
Ah.
Nowadays she's more of Masawe Japan.
Yes.
She does not use the name Maureen anymore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maureen was one of the clients who used to get in that salon. Mm-hmm. But one day she just mentioned, mm-hmm. you see, God can use anyone to confirm something. Mm-hmm. She asked me, but then I was calling myself Delimes, that was my stage name, mm-hmm. Deliver Message. Mm-hmm. She asked me, Delimes, have you ever thought of doing radio? Mm. Wow. Wow.
A prompting.
Wow, that was a big one,
mm.
you know? And I laughed about it, but she had spoken to my soul,
yeah.
you know? So I kept thinking about it, pondering on it. Mm-hmm. Now, something that I've not said is most of the time, mm-hmm. when I was in salon and without a client, mm-hmm. I would rehearse radio. I would get into a beauty room, mm-hmm. and use the music that was playing on radio, mm-hmm. and I would act it out like I'm a presenter. Mm-hmm. I fed down the music, mm-hmm. and I talk as a presenter. So I was basically having a show through someone's show. Mm-hmm. See, in drama, in play, there's play within a play.
Yes.
This was a show within a show.
Okay.
So I was hijacking someone's show, mm-hmm. and just speaking as a presenter, mm-hmm. trying to fade in a song that is coming, mm-hmm. you know, introduce it and play it, mm-hmm. or announce it. Mm-hmm. And my colleagues would think, with their clients, they would think that is, they thought it was a real show that was happening. So they used to love that show.
Okay.
You know, so I would rehearse more on radio, mm-hmm. about radio. Now, there's this guy called Ndiema. Mm-hmm. Now, Ndiema was already working in Baraka FM. Mm-hmm. And he knew that I was gifted. Mm-hmm. So, and of course I had to show him that I was gifted. Mm-hmm. I was passionate about it. Mm-hmm. Now, I used to go there now to do voiceover, and Ndiema would be the one to assist me there, yeah, to get me through it. Yeah. I think by then he was the head of creative. Uh-huh. Now, one time he gave me a script, mm-hmm. For Fair and Lovely, mm-hmm. and he told me,
it's in the field.
Dillness, come up with something about Fair and Lovely. He handed over the script to me. Mm-hmm. So I took the script and, okay. Creatively, I generated a very good spot ad, mm-hmm. yeah, out of that. Mm-hmm. And I voiced it, and it followed every bit of instruction on that script, mm-hmm. and it went on air. Ah. So me hearing my voice on air, a script that someone has trusted me to write, yeah. And, you know, having it played, it really boosted my morale. Mm. So slowly by slowly, I became the voiceover of the station. Mm. Now it was hard, you know, being a hairdresser and being in.
That's a living.
Yeah. That's a living. It was for free, but it was for free. So that went on for quite some time. Mm-hmm. Now, Njema used to do a show there.
Mhm.
Njema is a renowned radio presenter here in Kenya.
Yeah.
He used to have a Sunday show in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But one time, okay, prior to that, I tried to ask officially if I could get employment, but the boss could not let me in. So I just used to give my services for free. So Ndiema got a job in Nairobi, in Hope FM. He came to me before he even opened his house, because we were also neighbors. He knocked at my door, I opened the door, and he shared with me the good news. And so I was also excited, as if it was me getting that job. But after I had moved to Nairobi now, I realized, wait a minute, there is a gap there. Njema is gone, eh? So there's a gap there. How do I approach the boss and express my interest in doing that show? So when I went there, I talked to the boss. In fact, I was very inferior. I was feeling kind of inferior, because I know she had looked at me before, so there was no confidence there. Now I went to the receptionist there at Baraka, asked the receptionist if she could give me the number so that I can just talk to her on phone. She was gracious enough to give me the number. I went and bought an, but then I think it used to be called Zayn. Was it Zayn? Or before Zayn, there's a name, Cancer or something?
Yes, just Cancer.
So I bought that line. It was 20 shillings, and it comes with some airtime there. So I connected to my phone and I called her. Hi Sheila, how are you? Now by then, before I even called her, I was also trying to, because I was not earning as a voiceover artist. I was a messenger as a side hustle. So I went to my boss' office in his spinning seat, just to get some confidence. So I was speaking there. Hi Sheila.
Move next to the microphone.
How you doing? Sheila, I'm aware Njema is not with Baraka anymore. I think I can do that show. I know. She asked me, so what exactly are you saying? You want to be part of us? I said, gladly. I would like to join you guys. Come over, we have a conversation. Wait. I rushed to her office, man. Wait. Now she said, even though you want to do that show, I need someone to take you through, to train you a bit more, so that by the time you're going on air, you're okay. So the person that I was handed over to was supposed to ensure that I am okay on air, and I'm fit to go on air. But the guy...
Sounds like someone I know.
I don't know whether you know him.
Okay, anyway, go on.
Maybe you do. So the person would not let me. So even going on air
became a problem.
So it was
did they want
difficult.
that position?
Yeah, maybe. But slowly, okay, he let me, but also very
cagey.
Yes, so it was difficult. Even to sit now on the other side of the control, because I was like a co-host, he would not let me at least try even once, even to back announce a song, introduce a song. It was hard on his side. Now what I did, early in the morning I used to, in Swahili tunasema rauka. Yes, I used to get up so early, go join the pastor who used to do the show early in the morning at 4. And then the pastor was gracious enough to allow me to co-host with him. He'd go there, do some mixes there, leave me alone in the studio. But there you receive a phone call, you had to edit that phone call, you had to throw it on air, you have to back announce, you have to, there was so much engagement that was happening. And so I was good to go, but I was not getting the opportunity to go on air. Now, the boss, one time I got early to work, and that guy who had been assigned to me to assist me told me, boss has asked whether you are good to go there, and I told her the truth that you are not. And I asked the guy, how do you say I'm not? Yet you're the one who
hasn't given me a chance.
You don't give me a chance.
Yeah.
How? So I went and knocked at my boss, the boss office, and she let me in, and I talked to her, and I told her, look, this has been the situation. I've not been able, but I am good to go on air, I can assure you. Now, boss handed me over now to someone else, a different person, and told this guy, today you are going to do Tukufujiwa with the money. I want you to assess this guy. Let me know how our money is before we let him go there. Oh, hallelujah, we thank God. That guy, God gave him some kind of heaviness he did not want to show up that night because it was an evening show. So he told me, Darius, you can do that show, me I trust you. Listen, you go on air. Should you get stuck, just give me a call. I will assist you from where I am. I'm so tired. And that is how I did my first show alone. It was a 3-hour show. It did not have any hiccup. It was smooth throughout from the beginning to the end. It was an amazing show. So the following day, that guy told my boss, man, this guy is good. I want this guy to go on air. He's so good. And my genesis was right there. I started doing that show.
Okay. Let's take another very short break and then come back, and then we talk about your transition from there to where you were last and where you are now. Okay. But let's talk about your song, Nitasimama. What is it about?
That song, I wrote that song when I was in a plane. I was going for some training in Malawi. And I was going to empower myself how to be a better presenter, to minister to this secular, kind of world, how to be impactful. And so the idea kept just ringing in my mind when I was in a plane. I like the viewings at the plane.
Yeah.
The Lord can minister to you in just an amazing way. So I got there, the song was still pending. Coming back, I still had the song singing in my mind word for word, so I had to record it on my phone. And then I recorded it finally with RK. But it's a song, if you ask me if there is a song that would be adapted for campaign, for evangelism, for ministry, that would be the song, because it alerts you that time is not on our side. We need to reach out, we need to minister to these lost souls. They need to come to Christ, and it's not a responsibility of pastors and missionaries out there, bishops. It is for you and me, as long as we are believers. It is in our charge. We've been charged to win souls for Christ. So it is a wake-up call for many believers. That is what we are assigned to do as believers.
As you always do, please introduce the song. I will play it. Introduce the song. Please go ahead. Feel free and do what you want.
My friend, kwa mara ya kwanza katika stesheni hii ama kituo hiki, moja kwa moja, wimbo ambao unawarai wa Kristo wote kueneza injili ya Yesu Kristo, kwa sababu bwana, muda ni mchache. Nitasimama.